Peace and love, everybody. Alright, so this video, I'm gonna be showing y'all how to astral project. And, yep, a real effective way that helped me a couple times when I did it. So, all of y'all that are having trouble out there, because a lot of places you go to research and try and find out how to do this stuff is really vague, and they're not giving you like all the full details and secrets that they should be. So, but this method right here, or a lot of the time they just won't tell you like what's supposed to be happening and what you're supposed to be seeing, and like a full-on visual. Like, you don't want to be left, when you get there in the unknown of like what's supposed to happen and stuff. So you don't want to be left guessing. You want to know what's actually supposed to be going on, what's supposed to happen when you get there and stuff, to know if you're doing it correctly. So from my experience, this method technique right here, the candle technique, shouts out to Rion on Team Light. This method, I learned it from him, but it's an ancient method though. So all you do is, so before you start, it's good to have some calm music going, some binaural beats or some guided meditation music. You want to do this right before bed. That's when your energy is most relaxed and your body's most relaxed and ready to shut down already on its own. And you can do this either sitting up or laying down. So before you start, a little bit of meditation always helps. Some breathing exercises for a couple minutes, like 5 to 10 minutes, and warm up that energy and get it going. Get your blood flowing. And so I'm gonna do a complete example and show y'all exactly how you want to do this. So first, you want to get a candle, obviously, and you're gonna just light it. And now the point of all this, this whole technique, is just to give you a focus point, to show you where your third eye is, pretty much. Show you where your third eye is focused at, and where your energy revolves at and shoots out at. So what you want to do is, after you light it, you stare at the candle. And when you stare at it, you'll see there's an initial flame on the inside. There's that flame. And then on the very outside, it's like a little shadowy border of where all that heat that's from the flame meets the atmosphere. And it's like a little etheric glow around it, like a little aura. You want to stare at that little centimeter between the real flame and the atmosphere at the very top of it. So stare at that point. And try and look through your third eye and link it up. Stare at it. And I'm not going to go all the way, but stare at it about 5 to 8 minutes. So when you're staring at it, you want to zone in on it. Just lock in on that flame. Like if you're sun gazing, the same thing. Just lock in on it and burn that image into your mind's eye. And so after you stared at it for like 5 to 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, so you'll blow the candle out. The candle is just there to give you a reference point. After a time, you won't have to use the candle anymore. So now you've got it. When you close your eyes, you want to get into complete darkness. And what I do is I have my little sleep mask. I put it on, and you'll see the little orange. It'll be like an orange dot. That's what I'm seeing right now, orange red dot. And it'll be burnt in. And you just stare at it and focus on that. Put all your energy, all your focus, all your intent into that one point, to that one single dot, and just follow it. And you'll notice that dot will start to move around in that darkness, move around the room when your eyes are closed. You want to follow it and try and control it. And you'll be able to control it after a while once you keep staring at it and keep bringing it back to the center. And what helps you do that, it'll start to get a little bit difficult. You'll be like, oh, okay, I see the dot. It's floating around. And you'll keep trying to grab it. You can't. You'll be trying to look at it. And what helps you bring it back to the center is sit up straight and breathe. Breathe through it. You want to bring in that breath. Bring it up through your spine, and that Kundalini energy will go up through your neck and project it out your forehead where your mind's eye is, and it'll start to line up and keep centering itself, and then it'll become a lot easier. Your chakras are all aligned, and it's a straight shot out through your forehead, through your mind's eye, through your brow chakra. Find that dot and center it. So, all right. Yeah, so after you close your eyes, and once it's ingrained into your mind's eye and you're staring at it, it's been floating around, you've brought it back to focus, and just stare at it. And once you start to stare at it, so that little dot that you just grabbed and focused and centered, this is now your focus point. That little candle flame that burnt into your mind's eye, that burnt into your eyes, that's your focus point. That's where, when you're centered in a line, that is where your third eye is lined up and looking through that point. And the point, it'll be red or orange or maybe blue or purple. I usually always see it's like red or orange. So, okay. Now, once you've got that point and you're staring at it, you'll stare at it and keep staring, and what you'll notice is that it spins and it's rotating clockwise. Usually I see it, most people see it's clockwise and it's rotating, and it'll start to get bigger, like it's coming at you. And that's what you want. Bring it towards you or go towards it, clockwise. It's going to you. So, go towards it. And when you bring it towards you, you'll notice that the whole thing is a wormhole. So, spinning clockwise, and you'll see that wormhole, that little dot coming to you, getting bigger. It might take you a few tries, of doing it. You might not have stared at the candle long enough, and the dot might have went away or whatever, and you lost your reference point. But just, even if you lose it, just keep practicing. Sitting up, pushing your Kundalini straight up through, right through push it through your mind's eye and find that reference point and get it and go to that wormhole and bring it towards you, and it'll get bigger. It'll start expanding. So, once you get past that point, when it comes to you and gets real big, go through it. Once you go through the wormhole, you'll be traveling through it about 8 to 10 minutes, or however long, 5, 10, 8, 15 minutes, maybe 20, depending on whatever went on. But what you'll notice is that when you're going through the wormhole, you'll kind of look on the sides. What it looks like is that scene in Doctor Strange where she hit him and she was like, he tried to grab her and shit. Oh, I don't believe in storytelling about chakras. And she was like, open your mind. And she hit him, boom. And he went through that whole portal, and it was shit flying around him on the sides and stuff. He was seeing like all types of planets and galaxies and big beings, and that's what you'll most likely kind of see. It'll be like a star field, like you're going through the galaxy and like stars are flying by real fast, like when Star Trek they take off at Mach speed and those stars are streaking by. That's what it'll look like. You might see faces here and there, don't pay attention to that stuff. Just stay focused on that center point. That focus point is the opening of that wormhole, that little dot, that little bead. Stay focused on it and keep going towards it. Don't mind the star field going through it or whatever, because if you pay attention to that stuff, you might get stuck in the star field, and that's not really where you want to go. Unless you're trying to go there, then boom, you reach your destination. But keep focusing on that bead, on the wormhole, on that focus point. And then eventually you'll get to a point where you're going through, and then you hit a point where and it stops, and you're floating there, and you'll be able to look left and look all around you. And then so now, if you're a Native American, you've now reached what they call the spirit realm, the spirit world. And extra tip, when you're going through the wormhole, if you're trying to hit the gas and go change your speed, you're at a speed, because you'll be going through it for a little while, 8 to 10 minutes feels a lot longer, when you're doing that than in real time. So you'll be like, okay, I'm bored with this, I want to go faster and hurry up and get there. And just sit up straight and breathe through and push your energy through your third eye, and you'll notice that wormhole, it'll pulsate, it'll burst, it'll come at you real quick, open up real fast. And so just keep doing that, and you'll get there a lot faster. And then boom, you'll be in the spirit realm, and then figure out how to navigate and where you want to go after that. But this is just the technique, how to get you there, how to get you out of your body into, the other side, the spirit realm, right before you go to sleep. So, yeah, peace and love. Love y'all.